Carson Villanueva Managit, CPA.
Graduates, you may now take your seat. Thank you very much, Ma'am Flores, for that introduction. To Dr. Rowena C. Gomez, Principal 2 of Doña Hortensia Salas Benedictine National High School, Senior High School, Mr. Norman B. Malakit, Assistant Principal 2 for Learner Support and Operations, Mrs. Ami G. Marabayles, GPTA President, Honorable Stephen Simlet, LCCHS Alumni Association President, representative from the different colleges and universities, the distinguished faculty and staff of Doña Hortensia Salas Benedictine National High School, Senior High School, guests, proud parents and guardians, and most importantly, to the class of 2026, a pleasant day to all of you. Wow! First of all, congratulations. I can't help but reminisce that 7 years ago, I was exactly where you are right now. I also gave my words of gratitude in this very podium. To stand before you today as your guest speaker is a profound honor. To be honest, when I first received the invitation to speak, my first instinct was to say no. I didn't feel ready to lead this conversation. But when I read this year's theme, I realized that it is like my story. Filipino graduates prepared to lead with competence and character. When we look at the stage like this, it is easy to assume that the path here was paved with ease. We often mistake success for a straight line. But as you sit here today, clutching the culmination of years of hard work, you know better. Kabalugin ka mo. You know that every diploma in your hands right now is a story of late nights, silent sacrifices, and internal battles between giving up and pressing on. My own story did not begin with a silver spoon. It began with a plastic tray and a heavy bag of candies. I grew up in a home where providing was a shared responsibility. My grandmother, an elementary school teacher by profession, was my first mentor in life and in academics. She taught me a word that I believe is a secret weapon of the Filipino spirit: discarding. Our days didn't start with cartoons or playtime. They started with the rustle of plastic packaging. Kay pagpugtawid namon usually kung aga, mga alas 5, mapreparar kami na tayon sa hamon inog baligyan sa eskwelahan. I would carry candies to sell to my classmates during recess, learning early on that if you want something in this life, you have to be willing to work for it, even if that work feels small or humble. After school, my grandmother conducted tutorials for other students. I sat beside them, not as a pupil, but a silent observer doing my own assignments. After that, mahingamo kami nagtalit-talit kadto sa LBC Minimart kay manong sirado na kay mamakal pa kami ice pop, lollipop, mga stick-o, mga ibaligya naman naman pagkabos. Pagabot sa balay, we unpack and prepare them. Kisamay nga ako, kami na mamotos pa kami agubo, kaya para magtigaan siya pagkabos. Then, andis man niya po, isip kami na tayo danay, amon nga, penta, tutubungan ko. This taught me that competence isn't just about what you know, it's about the discipline of your routine. When I graduated valedictorian of my elementary school, I faced my first real test of character. I chose to enroll in the regular class rather than the special science class. Of course, there were rumors. People whispered that I was somehow undeserving of the honors I got, that I only got it because of my grandmother's influence. They said I was afraid that it would expose me as being average. Of course, it was a cruel narrative. But I chose not to defend myself with words. I defended myself with a plan. Now, let me be clear. This was deeply a personal choice and experience back then. This is not a statement against the curriculum. In my time, I felt a calling to challenge the prevailing stigma. The idea that the student's worth, your worth, is only validated by a specific label. I wanted to break the norm and prove that excellence is not confined to a single track or strand. I wanted to prove na hindi tungkol ABM ka, STEM ka man, UMS ka man, EPL, regular or special science class, angat kaya sa iba. Hindi. Kay tanan kita may kinaiya nga potential. I spent my high school years constantly proving my worth, fighting for spots in quiz and competitions usually reserved for them. Every win was a battle to prove that I belonged to the cream of the crop. Every loss was a reminder that I could still improve. By the time I reached senior high school and eventually college, I felt invincible. I believe I had mapped out my life with such precision. Tanan nga awards, hakot ko, saka ko di sa stage gawad-gawad, akong medals ka, class 2 na, good siya. I was smiling a while ago when I saw students with lots of medals because it reminded me of my experience back then, 7 years ago. So grabe, akong kumpiyansa sa akong kugalingan that time, kay hakot ko dahil tanan. So kaya ko hindi nga nastos ako na gitnik. And for a while, of course, it worked. I was consistent dean's lister, I was a leader, and I was by all external measures succeeding. But then, of course, the world changed. The pandemic hit, and the walls of my carefully constructed life began to crumble. I became complacent, nagsalig-salig sa likuno kay Alan. I was holding too many leadership positions, attending too many responsibilities, and forgot that my primary duty was to my education. For the first time, the invincible student fell. I received conditional grades. I lost my chance at Latin honors. I was delayed for a year. Oo, nagbulak ko nag-graduate one time. It was a humbling, painful realization. I forgot the constant reminder of my grandmother. Perdihon, sampisan, pag matuto niya bata, ang alam tuwal pero kasalig lang sa ilang alam, kapabaya, kagwakay, kapangbulan. That was the turning point. I decided to stop being busy and start being productive. I shifted my entire focus to one goal. That is to become a certified public accountant on my first day to review myself. To tell you the truth, 2025 was a whirlwind. Nag-graduate ko January, and the original plan was to take the board exam in October. That's 10 months, after 10 months, to give myself enough time to study. Pero siling ko, kadugay kaya sa October. Mabuak dito siguro as someone nga wala ko kahimanong, nga sa ilang ko yung tanggal, mapasagod ko, tapos ano ay ko porta. Hindi ko yung kasabot mo wala ko porta. So, I asked myself, what if it is ko to have board sa May? I only had 3 months back then. In February, I enrolled myself in a review center in Bacolod, sitting alongside undergraduate students from various universities. But most of my classmates are there in Manila reviewing. But their pace felt too slow, nahinayan ko, as for someone who is used for the fast-break learning style we have in UP. So by March, I made a bold move. I stopped attending the review college notes and books, and I spent those 3 months in deep, disciplined self-study. When the results came out, I saw my name on the list, wala naman ko nagbakuha. I looked for a job immediately. Less than a month later, I had an offer. And after a week of signing, I was already working. By the time I took my professional oath in July, I was already a working professional. And by August, I stepped again into the classroom, not as a student, but as a professor. Today, I am working 2 full-time jobs. Kapoy, kukoy, kapoy again. Imagine my day started at 7 a.m. until 12. Then my next job would start at 2 p.m. until 11 p.m. It is exhausting, but every morning I remind myself, this life, this grind, this exhaustion, this was once exactly what I was praying for. So I live my everyday with a heart full of gratitude. So, to the graduates before me, as you prepare to lead with competence and character, I offer 3 lessons forged in the fire of my own failures. 1. Competence is holistic, not just academic. To be truly competent, you must be well-rounded. It is not enough to be a walking encyclopedia of your profession. You must possess soft skills, the empathy to lead, the integrity to be trusted, and the grit to endure. Excellence is a habit, not an act. Do not just aim to be a top notcher in your field, but aim to be a person whose character is worthy of being emulated by those who follow you. Second, strategy without discipline is just a dream. Many people have discarded the cleverness to find a way. But discarding without discipline is only a short-term solution. When I failed, I had to return to my roots. Kailangan lubugtaw na ko 6 a.m. so that by 7 a.m. aron ako sa library o kung studyhab kahulat mag-average. Then I would study until 11 or 12 midnight, huli kag magtulog. Ang only pauwi ko is panyaga and short nap during the afternoon. Then repeat. I did that to redeem myself. I studied and finished 2 to 3 books per subject. I learned that the rest is essential, but planning is a choice. And leadership requires you to be master of your own schedule before you can be a leader of others. And lastly, character is what you do when the plan fails. Your character is not tested when everything goes according to your plan. It is tested when you are delayed, when you are doubted, and when you are tired. In those moments, remember your whys. Nga inobra ko ni. Remember as well the sacrifices of the people who believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself. Character is the ability to choose to keep going even when the invincible version of you has disappeared. And this one is for every parents, guardians, and stakeholders present here today. While we celebrate the competence of the graduates today, we must acknowledge the foundation upon which this competence was built. Please understand that your role is the most powerful, often most invisible ingredient to this success. Importante ito mo mga ginikanan sa kabuhi sa mga estudyante. I speak from experience when I say that not everyone here is born with the resources to easily navigate the demands of higher education. Many families here, much like mine, have faced the daunting reality of wanting to provide more than the wallet allows. But let me tell you the truth I learned in my darkest moments. Financial lack can be bridged, but the lack of belief is far harder to overcome. Ang kwarta, kagalastuhan, maitiyaan, kag makita lang na iyan. Pero kung inyo nagani suporta, pagpagsalig sa inyong mga kabataan ang madula, mas budlay kinahanglang kuwasan. We were poor, bigado man kami, but I was never bankrupt in spirit because my family did everything within their power to support me. When I was tired, when I was delayed, and when I doubted my own worth, it was not a bank account that saved me. It was their moral and emotional guidance. Hindi kwarta ang nakabulig sa akin para malampuwasan ni tanan. Nakabagay, kundi ang suporta pagpagsalig sa akong pamilya. Their encouragement was the secret ingredient that allowed me to maximize my strength and find courage to face my weaknesses. So parents and guardians, never ever underestimate the weight of your presence. And to the teachers, administrators, and stakeholders, you are the guardians of these young dreamers' welfare. When you fight for better facilities, when you offer a word of guidance, or when you simply refuse to give up on a struggling student, you are shaping the future of our nation. And finally, I want to remind you the most important source of strength. Never forget to pray and seek guidance, wisdom, and blessings from the Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand here today not as a perfect success story, but as a certified public accountant, an educator, a student and daughter who learned that the most important lessons aren't found in the books you passed, but in the failures you overcame. So, I challenge you today, graduates, do not let your sacrifices be in vain. As you move forward into the next chapter, whether it is the rigorous halls of college or the demanding world of work, remember that you are no longer just representing yourself. You are the ambassador of your family's dream. When there will be moments nga, hapoy, nakityagi, hindi mo kumantanan, pero hindi ko siya pagkapasar sa quiz, sa exam, hindi ko siya pagkalampuas, kapag hapoy, nakityagi, hindi mo kumantanan. Or when you are tempted to be complacent, as I once was, remember the tray of candies that I shared. Remember my continuous struggle to prove and improve. Remember the extra year I need to take to turn it into a transformation. And remember the dedication and risk I had to take. Because the road to a better life is not paved with just luck or suerte. It is built in the bricks of discipline and mortar of character. I challenge you to pursue a life that is both successful and humble. The Lord has already placed the pen in your hands, but He has already blessed the ink. So go out there and write your own story that will make your family proud, your community stronger, and your country better. Congratulations, class of 2026. The future is waiting for you. Puhon kag padayon.